Every morning at exactly 7:12 a.m., a man walked into the cafe and ordered the same thing. Not because it was his favorite, not because he loved routine, but because it was the only thing that made him feel remembered. What no one knew was this: that cup of coffee was sometimes the only warm thing he felt all day. And the man behind the counter, the barista, he didn't just remember the order. He remembered the silence behind it. This is not a story about coffee. It's a story about what happens when someone notices, when they care quietly, when kindness shows up without asking for attention. This is the story of the barista who remembered every order and every struggle. The cafe was small: wooden tables, scratched floors, a bell on the door that rang too loudly. Nothing special unless you paid attention. And Elias, the barista, always paid attention. He'd been working there for 6 years. Same apron, same early shift, same calm presence. Customers thought he was quiet, but quiet doesn't mean empty. Elias noticed everything. The way people avoided eye contact when they were carrying bad news. The way hands shook when wallets were thin. The way smiles lingered half a second longer when someone needed to feel normal. And he remembered, not because he was trying to be kind, but because he believed being seen was a kind of survival. There was Mrs. Calder, who always ordered chamomile tea on Tuesdays. She used to come with her husband. Now she came alone. Elias never asked why. He just warmed the cup longer. There was Jenna, a college student who ordered iced coffee in winter. She worked 2 jobs. Elias knew because she slept in the corner chair between classes. He never woke her. And then there was Marcus. Marcus always ordered medium black, no sugar, always at 7:12 a.m. Marcus wore the same coat every day. It was too thin for winter. His eyes always looked tired but alert, like someone bracing for impact. The first time Marcus came in, Elias noticed his hands. Calloused, cracked. Construction worker, maybe, or warehouse. On the 5th day, Elias noticed Marcus counted his change twice. On the 10th day, he noticed Marcus stopped buying food. On the 20th day, Marcus stood at the counter, hesitated, then said, "Actually, just water today." Elias nodded. No questions. But when Marcus turned away, a coffee appeared next to the water. Marcus froze. "I didn't order." Elias smiled gently. "You did yesterday." Marcus stared. Then he drank it like someone afraid it might disappear. After that, things changed, but only slightly. Elias never made a show of kindness. Some days the coffee was misprinted. Some days it was on the house. Some days it just appeared. Marcus never said thank you. Not because he wasn't grateful, but because gratitude can feel like debt when you're already drowning. Elias understood that, so he never pushed. Instead, he remembered. He remembered when Marcus started coming later, when the coat looked thinner, when the eyes looked heavier, and then, One morning at 7:12, Marcus didn't show up. One day passed. Then two. The chair by the window stayed empty. On the third day, Elias poured a medium black coffee anyway. It went cold. On the fourth day, Elias asked the owner if Marcus had mentioned anything. The owner shrugged. People disappear. But Elias didn't believe that. People don't disappear. They fall. On the fifth day, a folded napkin appeared on the counter. It was handwritten. "I'm sorry I couldn't pay you back. You helped more than you know. M." Elias read it twice. Then he took off his apron. For the first time in 6 years, Elias left the cafe mid-shift. Elias went where people go when they run out of options. Shelters, bus stations, cold benches under warm lights. He found Marcus sitting outside the closed construction site. Marcus looked embarrassed, broken. "You shouldn't be here," Marcus said. Elias sat beside him anyway. They didn't talk for a long time. Then Elias said, "You don't owe me anything." Marcus's voice cracked. "You remembered me." Weeks later, Marcus walked back into the cafe. New jacket, tired smile. He placed a folded bill on the counter. Elias pushed it back. "Pay it forward." Marcus nodded. Years later, Elias noticed something. A new barista behind the counter. And Marcus, now a site supervisor, standing patiently while a struggling young man counted change. Marcus leaned in and said, "Take your time." Elias still remembers every order. But more importantly, he remembers that sometimes the smallest kindness isn't generosity. It's memory. Because when someone remembers you, really remembers you, you stop feeling invisible. And sometimes that's enough to keep going.